What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're going to jump in and take a look at the Wendigo Pinnacle Weapon inside of Destiny 2, and I hadn't really planned to touch on any of the Pinnacle weapons for this season, and I know there have been some videos about some of these weapons already, but the new Vanguard launcher Wendigo actually turns out to be a pretty decent weapon that's fairly easy to get hold of, so I want to jump in, talk about the weapon, how you can pick it up very quickly, because yeah, I think this is definitely one not to sleep on. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, now let's jump into it. So here it is, the Wendigo grenade launcher. Before we talk about the weapon itself, you can actually pick it up relatively easily. So of course you need the quest from Zavala, and you're going to need to get 1,500 or so grenade launcher kills, as well as 500 multi-kills, and 15,000 points. Now, you need to be in the strike playlist, and the most efficient way you can actually do this is to get a fire team of 3, load into strikes, and preferably look for the corrupted, because that'll land you in the Dreaming City, and then you can use lost sectors to farm out the kills. Of course, if you're solo in a strike playlist, then the other players are probably going to pull you through into the strike, so it definitely helps to be with a fire team. Now, if you can do this and run through these lost sectors for around about 2 or 3 hours, if you can keep up the grind, you'll basically knock out this entire quest and get the weapon. And I would absolutely say this is probably my favourite Vanguard Pinnacle weapon, and probably my personal favourite for this season as well. And the reason for that would be Wendigo's exclusive perk. So it has Explosive Light, where picking up an orb of light increases the next grenade's blast radius and damage. Big thanks to my friend Easy, by the way, for letting me jump on his account to check the weapon out. But this perk was kind of one of those where a lot of players thought it might be a bit meh. Actually, it turns out to be pretty good. So this bonus stacks up to 6 times, and every time you pick up an orb, it'll stack 1 more explosive light round into the grenade launcher. Of course, there's 6 in the mag, so you can basically overcharge 6 of those rounds, and whenever you've got explosive light active, you're going to see a damage bonus of around about 70%, which of course is pretty huge. And so it's capable of putting out some pretty significant damage, as you can see. This is not what you'd typically expect from a legendary grenade launcher, but one of the reasons that I think this is really cool is that it is a fantastic weapon to run as a solo player. Of course, because you're picking up orbs of light, one of the first things you think about is being in a fire team with other guardians, but naturally, when we produce things like Masterwork weapon orbs, they will also count for the explosive light perk. So if you're running a couple of different Masterwork weapons and you're chewing your way through content as a solo player, then obviously you'll be dropping those orbs and this will still work pretty effectively. Really fun weapon for destroying bosses in strikes. You know, even if you're farming lost sectors, public events, things like that is pretty cool. And on the subject of those orbs, the small orbs produced by your Masterwork weapons, or any type of orb generated by other guardians will work for this. The thing to note is that the perk does allow you to pick up orbs of light at any time. So even if you've got a maxed out super, you're still going to pick up orbs because the trait on the weapon allows it. And so you probably want to bear that in mind. Maybe be a little bit careful that you don't waste opportunities to get your super energy back. But of course, whenever you are with other players, the weapon is going to be fantastic as well. And people are already doing mad DPS to bosses in raids. There's so many situations where we're using Wells of Radiance, tethers. In most PvE environments, orbs tend to be pretty much absolutely everywhere. So that's another reason that I think this weapon is a bunch of fun. And that pretty much is it. Otherwise, it's a very typical adaptive grenade launcher. We should probably mention some of the other perks. So it does have smart drift control, as well as blinding grenades, and it's got auto-loading holster as well, which is a great bonus for PvE. The Masterwork it comes with is for velocity, which definitely isn't a bad bonus. And in terms of mods on this thing, I'd say the absolute top priority would be something like boss spec, maybe major spec, although a lot of the time you are going to end up wanting to dump these rounds into bosses and get that tasty damage. So 100% guys, I recommend you go pick this up when you get a couple of hours to farm it out. Once again, thanks to Easy for letting me jump on his account to try the weapon. But if you have enjoyed the video, a like below is very much appreciated, guys. If you're new around here, feel free to hit subscribe if you want to see a lot more Destiny 2 content, but otherwise, thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you all very soon.